Recovery takes time, and recovery is not linear. These are two things that have really helped me in my recovery. I consider myself recovered now. It is not one straight line up. You're going to have lots of dips, so many dips, but remember that every dip is just a little bit higher than that last dip. It's just like a mountain. You're climbing a mountain, and to get to the top of the mountain, you first need to go through a million downhills. But then you look back down when you're at the top of the hill and you see how far you've come.
For OCD sufferers, I feel very strongly, and for their families, that it's important to become educated and informed about what OCD is and how people can live with it and manage it. So I think OCD sufferers and their families need to become educated. I also think that it's important for OCD sufferers to be in treatment. So to the extent that family members can help encourage their children or other family members to get into treatment with experts, I think that's important. And again, as the parent of someone with OCD, it's very it's critical for parents and other family members to prioritize their own self-care. It's easy to become preoccupied with the concerns of their family member with OCD, but it's very hard to do that if you're not taking care of yourself. So that's an important thing to prioritize.
To anybody who is struggling with OCD, to anybody who is touched by this disorder, what I want you to know is that you are not alone, and I'm so sorry that you're dealing with this, and please know that this is not your fault. The entire point of this project of OCD in the Brain is to help people understand that OCD is not a choice. It is not something anybody has caused, and it is simply a brain firing incorrectly and causing distress and suffering that is not in your control. And on top of understanding that it's not your fault and that you're not alone, please also know that there is so much hope for once you understand that you have OCD to be able to access evidence-based treatment, and recovery is possible. We don't have a cure for OCD, but recovery can allow a full and beautiful life, and that is available to you, I promise.
I think for everyone struggling with OCD, I'd want them to know that, well, I want them to know two things. First, you're not alone. This toolkit was made by a team of folks who have some relationship with OCD, whether or not they be parents of children with OCD or maybe they have OCD themselves. So really, this whole toolkit was just another affirmation that this community is rich and large, and there's a lot of folks who are struggling with this, who have dealt with this, who are dealing with this, and there's always a level of support available. And the second thing is that I think making this toolkit really gave me some hope, and I hope it gives you some hope that, you know, there is a scientific push to figure this thing out. So hopefully people in the future don't have to suffer anymore.
My message for people out there who might be struggling with OCD is that there is help, there is healing, and that there is hope available to you. You are not alone. There is a whole global community ready to share in your struggles and triumph in your successes. We welcome you, and we are here for you.
That you're not alone, that there's a big and very active community with OCD, people with lived experience, researchers, as well as experts in therapy, all working towards overcoming the barriers and the difficulties that OCD put upon people lived with OCD, and that maybe this website might be contributing a tiny little bit towards the understanding and towards the destigmatization of OCD.
My message for anybody out there who is affected by OCD, whether they've been recently diagnosed or whether they've had an understanding that they have OCD for a long time, is that OCD is treatable. Recovery from OCD can look different for everybody. Some people might need more than one round of treatment to start to see a meaningful improvement in their experience of OCD. But I would really encourage anybody who feels that their OCD hasn't got to the point that they would want it to reach out for support and treatment. And you can do that by contacting either OCD Action or the International OCD Foundation. Both of our charities provide wonderful information and support.